So, the Wonders of Gond event has returned in 2023. Let's cover it, all you need to know, and how to make the most of it. Before we get started, if you haven't seen in the Zen store already, apparently they released 2 new mounts. Well, they're basically just reskins of the Apparatus of Gond. We've had quite a few by now, but you have the Etched Apparatus of Gond, and then also the gold-lined Apparatus of Gond. Now, what's interesting is that apparently it shows they only have 3 slots for insignias. As you may have seen with Module 24, we've had mounts with 4-slot insignias, even a green one right here for 200 Zen, and it's got 4 slots for insignias, allowing you to gain extra item level. I find it weird that they're releasing these with only 3. It could be a bug. If you buy one, you can let me know if it actually gives 4 slots or not. So let's dive into the Wonders of Gond. So first of all, you have your vendor right here, and he's not going to give you any quests or anything with regards to this event. He'll showcase some rewards that you can obtain, like this boar worm, or these Apparatus of Gond mounts. You can see his store. You're mainly just obtaining these Creations of Wonder packs, and that's the bread and butter of this event. Additionally, you can obtain some just fashion right there, but you can also importantly obtain these mechanical altars. We'll cover them later on in the video, but you can get this fizzy brew and this toy Apparatus of Gond. Now, the fizzy brew is pretty decent for a tank, movement speed and awareness, and I would get it for a tank. However, it's pretty expensive. So in order to partake in this event, you can either kill enemies to obtain all of these little gadgets, gears and gogs, but I do not recommend it. What you want to be doing is going to your workshop. Now, ideally, you'll have prepared for this event by farming a ton of gold. You'll need a lot of gold for this event. I would recommend, if you haven't seen it before, my video on how to obtain tons of gold, beginner's guide, and how to set up your gold farm. So we head to our workshop, and here at the crafting bench you can see that each profession will have a new section during the event called Wonders of Gond. Regardless of your profession level, as long as it's 6 or above, you will unlock that. But you want to have ideally a profession at level 20, with artisans also at level 20, because you want to be creating these wondrous sprockets. These wondrous sprockets will enable you to obtain the top rewards of this event. You want to be crafting as much as possible, but you can see you will need steel ingots, silver ingots, siltstone whetstones, and linseed oil, all of which you can indeed craft yourself. For example, in alchemy, here you can obtain the linseed oil. In armor smithing, you can go and you can create those steel ingots. And in jewel crafting, you can go and you can craft your silver ingots and your siltstone whetstones. You will save some gold by crafting them yourself. You will need, again, like the reagents to craft them as well. And you can do that through the gathering here, just by finding those materials and sending your adventurers out. However, you can very simply go to a professions vendor if you've got some excess gold and don't want to do the big long grind of getting the reagents yourself. At this guy, you can simply buy the materials you need. Here's your siltstone whetstones, your steel ingots, silver ingots, and way down here, your linseed oil. So you can get everything you need right here. You can check your inventory, this professions tab, of what reagents you have, and we can see we miss a bunch that we still need. And we head back to our workshop. You'll be able to teleport here if you're VIP. Again, you'll want to have a profession at level 20 and an artisan at a high level. So we have this artisan here, level 19. And you want to have an artisan, you want to look at their stats, and you want one that has a minus commission multiplier. You can get up to minus 75%. And you want to have a special skill, dab hand. It'll be, in my opinion, the most useful, as far as I'm aware, for this event. So we can check our different professions. We can see this guy has dab hand and a minus 50% commission modifier. So I'll most likely go ahead and just use my jewel crafting there. But another very important thing is the focus. You want to have this at 100%. So we need a tool. So for example, we could use a worn tool. Nah, that's not going to give us the focus we need. An iron tool, only 19%. We want to get that to 100%. We need a lot more focus. I could use my 4 Charmers of Gond. That gets it to 93%. But that's very costly, and I don't think you guys need to do that. Our tool for jewel crafting is a file. So we can go to the auction house and we can search up cobalt file +1. And this will give you near enough the same stats that you can get from the Forge Hammer of Gaunt. You can see it gives 575 focus. So once we have it, we can see we can use that tool then instead of like the Forge Hammer of Gaunt, and we'll still get 90% focus. We can push for this to get it to 100% by using, let's say, some reagents here, like Tinker's Focus will give us +10 or Maker's Focus +20, but we're still struggling a little bit to get to 1000 focus. So perhaps switching Artisan might be worth it. Over to this guy, we get 99%, but we then miss out on the dab hand, but we get Miracle Worker here. I'll personally just go with the dab hand, as we can then get the 15% chance to get double the results. So what then you do is you can go and you can click craft using your morale. On PC, you can line up the windows so that you can just have it so that you're double clicking here, and sometimes it'll bug out and end up like crafting multiple times. Anyway, you just click a whole bunch here and you're using your morale to craft, and you can see every time you're crafting you obtain these extra rewards. You don't just obtain one wondrous sprocket. That is because our focus is being activated. So if we fail on the focus, we'll only get a wondrous sprocket. So if you don't have like near enough 100% focus, then you may end up only getting the sprockets, which then you're losing out on value. That is why having high focus is important. We can keep double clicking here. I find the easiest option is to just click order as many as possible. Go here, hold down like enter key and just click finish now, and just spamming that down until all our morale is gone for the day. Go back here, collect the rewards, and in our inventory we have a whole bunch of these gadgets here. Now you can do that then every day, spending your morale. You can go and like refresh your morale with some AD, but I don't recommend it. Not much point. Just switch to another character and use the morale on that character. So once you have all of these reagents, what you want to do is line up your windows. So what you're doing is refining these guys. You're refining them to upgrade them. You want to upgrade them to a point where you'll obtain doohickeys, and then you trade in those doohickeys for these Wonders of Gaunt's packs. So you line up your window, you double click, and here you're going to click upgrade. So we want to line up the window so that it's going to line up with the OK. So just about here, double click that, click upgrade, click OK, double click that, click upgrade, click OK. And we just keep doing this and just getting those little grommets upgraded to the next rank. Once we do have, let's say, all the grommets we want used, I'm not going to do that right now as it's a ton of clicking. Yes, that's this event, a lot of clicking. Your time will be paid off in the rewards, but it's up to you whether that time is worth it or not. Again, double clicking that, make sure the windows are lined up, click upgrade, and then that's like try until success, because we do no longer have 100% upgrade chance, and that will go on. And you could use, let's say, preservation wards to protect those reagents. I don't really recommend it, but yes, you will get lots of preservation rewards through this event by opening those packs. You can see what I mean, and we can just quickly go through the ranks then of, let's say, this, you go up to the next one here, and then from there you have to wait for the silly animation, go to the next. And that's why I use just keep upgrading the same rank, not having to wait on this animation, because you're just double clicking. And here you can see we'd get up to the doohickey. We can use, let's say, some bound preservation wards there just to protect it, just to make sure. And there we go, we get our doohickey. Now you'll keep doing that, getting more and more doohickeys. Again, doing this across multiple characters, spending that morale. Just again, try and make sure you get that 100% focus from that artisan, and then you can have them. You can see this jeweler will take 2 hours to create another wondrous sprocket, and that's just taking time. Again, you could have prepared for this event and obtained a ton of these reagents already, farmed a ton of gold by setting up your alternate characters. I farm my gold by creating leather visors. You just get a bunch of leather from your professions vendor, and you just use your morale to quickly finish those tasks, obtaining the visors and then selling them on for the silver that they provide you. And that's basically gaining a loop which generates gold. So after all your insane amount of clicking, you'll end up with a bunch of doohickeys. You could sell those doohickeys individually, but you'll get a little bit more profit by just trading in those doohickeys at the vendor. Again, a bit more clicking. You go here and you go and you buy your Creations of Wonder packs, and luckily these will stack. You can go and you could sell them in bulk, and we can check the prices. They've probably gone down from yesterday already. That's about 260,000 actual diamonds for just 10 of them. So you can make a lot of profit by selling these if they actually sell at those prices. And of course you can take the gamble and open them for yourself, trying to obtain the rewards. What you want to get from here is coalescent motes. If you put the hours in, the grinding, setting up your workshop to generate gold, and then spending all this gold during this event, you could obtain a lot of coal motes. Just be aware there is a bug that allows you to only obtain one coalescent mote per character per day. So just be aware of that. If you do obtain a coal mote, switch to another character and continue to open the packs there. So again, you'll mainly just be clicking all the time, upgrading these little gizmos, rockets, thingamabobs, and ultimately, yes, you can go get the legendary belt item from here by upgrading a doohickey to its maximum. We will showcase that again, upgrading this. Just make sure you line up your tabs like so, and it makes it nice and easy on PC. I don't know how it is on consoles. But again, once you get those doohickeys, they don't stack in your inventory, but you can go now and refine them up to legendary. I only recommend getting one of them to use because they deal some damage, but again, if you have like the Dragonfire, that will just be better than it. Once you have a bunch of them, you can go and open them and you can see what rewards they're giving you, like Prez wards, insignias, some refinement points, and you'll also get some profession items as well. And if you're lucky, you'll even get a coal mote. But once you get that coal mote, I recommend you put the bags all in your bank, switch your character, and open them again here on a different one, just because people have tested it and it appears you can't obtain another coal mote regardless of the drop rate until like the next day. Again, you're just mainly getting insignias, some more of these gadgets and gizmos, some profession supplies here, and yeah, that's about it there. And you'll just keep opening these. You can just go spam click them. Can obtain, it seems, the artifact from here as well. Yes, you can check the tooltip, read through it, and you have the chance there to obtain like your Gond mounts, including the boar worm. We can just quickly open a bunch more of these. And what's really nice from here is the preservation wards. You can save them up and you can basically use them to like upgrade artifacts, sell them. All of those pres wards are bound, so like you won't be selling them directly, you won't making any profit from them directly, but again, you can upgrade things and sell those and get the value that way. Again, the coal motes you do obtain from here are bound to your character, so again, you'll have to use them on that character, upgrading something, and you can always sell that thing if it wasn't bound in the first place. It won't get bound by using a bound mote. So with regards to these mechanical altars, what you want to do is you want to invoke. Every day you'll invoke, and you can invoke a maximum of 6 times. You want to use the altar at the last time you invoke of the day. It creates this massive area in the ground with the anvil in the middle. And when you invoke, you can see you obtain these mechanical packs. Now, you can see we obtained 2 of the mechanical packs because when you invoke and you haven't obtained the pack on the previous invokes, you'll obtain them all at once. So once we get to the 6th invoke, before you do it, you can place the altar and you'll obtain all those 5 packs at once. Those packs have a chance to give you 100 gold, so they're pretty valuable. You'll generally only get 1 gold all the time, but ideally you want to have a friend who you give an altar to and they go and use the altar for you. Then you can go and you can invoke, switching to your characters. We do it like in the stronghold, and when I go invoke here, you can see I again obtain those mechanical packs. I obtained 2 of them again because I had missed out on the first invoke using it. So wait until your 6th invoke, then use the mechanical altars, and you obtain 5 packs per character. And again, they can give you a decent chance to get some gold. You're at least obtaining 1 gold, at least 5 gold then per character per day. It's only unfortunately during this event. The mechanical altars don't really do anything outside of it. And the event only lasts us a week, so we only have 6 days left. So that is the Wonders of Gond event. The only real requirement is to have a profession at level 20 with a decent artisan, ideally with dab hand and some decent focus and a low commission multiplier. And you can buy a ton of those reagents from the professions vendor to craft those. And ideally you'll have a big backlog of gold, like we're talking about thousands of gold that you'll have created over time on multiple characters. Again, you can check my video out here how to set that up for yourself. So a massive thank you again to all of these channel members for their continued support. You can support me for as little as €1 a month by clicking the join button down below, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.